Hello again, I hope you're all having a great week. This week we have an email question with quite a bit of footage to go with it. We also have a very frustrating scenario caught on camera. Well, it was frustrating at the time, but I can laugh about it now, and that means you can too. Now, let's take a look at this truck on the highway. So I have to assume this driver was absolutely drunk, and all the individuals who completely lacked any kind of self-preservation, who went ahead and got into the truck with this driver, must be just as drunk as well. This driver straddles the line for a good distance, bouncing back and forth a little. Now, with that many people in the car, I would think at least one person would be trying to get the driver to straighten up, but there seems to be no commotion going on inside, and they're all just getting rocked to sleep with the swaying of the car. What's amazing to me is that you are clearly not at your full faculties here, as you cannot achieve staying within the lines, yet you have the presence of mind still to use a blinker when you purposefully choose to change lanes. It almost makes me question the drunk theory, but then you go and drive like this, and I can't help but go right back to assuming you're drunk. What's even worse than driving drunk is driving drunk on this stretch of highway right here. The police station is nearby, and this is where police officers enter and exit the highway at the beginning and at the end of their shifts. Oh, and of course, let's not forget when this driver decides to play 6 tires in one lane with a partner who has no idea what's happening here. Now it's time for our email question. Now this one struck a chord with me as soon as I read it, so this is the one I'm going to address today. It comes from the user handle, I know when not to pull out. Keep it driving, keep it driving. The question is, do drivers in SATX know why there are lines on the road? Well, I can answer this without looking at anything and say no. There are way too many drivers in SATX that not only do not know why there are markings on the ground, they can't grasp it when you try to explain it to them. Even though I don't have to see any footage to answer that, the footage exists, so we might as well. In our first example, as you can see here, drivers can turn left from either of these 2 lanes. You can always tell a driver who is self-centered, who only considers themselves in all situations. We all know 1 or 2 or 8 people like that, but when those kind of people drive, they truly believe every bit of the asphalt is for them. That's kind of why these lines were implemented in the first place years and years ago. They made roads with room for cars to go both ways. But self-centered people didn't understand that. Now, is it just me, or are self-centered people also very dense? Anyway, they didn't get it, and they always drove down the middle of the road. So they started making these "it's not all about you" lines to let them know they need to stay in their lane. Actually, that's where that saying came from. But fast forward to today, and the self-centered dense that drive among us are too dense to understand why these lines are here. This is what you get. In the next example, we're looking at this white Honda Accord. See, the driver moves over. Why did they move over this way? Well, it's pretty obvious. They moved over because they need to take 35. With these huge signs, if you move over this way and don't need to take 35, you would have to be really Oh, okay, well, I guess I was wrong. This person moved over because they're an idiot and have no clue what the hell they're doing out here. Next, we have this Dodge. Now, I can't tell if it's a Journey or a Durango. Nowadays, they look damn near the same. This driver is one of those drivers that sees no issue with jumping as far ahead of a long line as they can to save a few minutes for themselves at everyone else's expense. On top of that, they are one of those drivers who's not even good at sneaking in when a spot opens up. And here's where they show their lack of understanding for the line. See, these lines here, these mean you missed the exit. Like, that's it, you passed it up. You know how some places have those retracting belts they use to create where a line should form in a store? Or the old velvet ropes they set up to keep an area sectioned off. Now, if you're in a line to get into a concert or a movie or anything where you might find yourself in a long, annoying line, these lines are generally established by some sort of rope off. It's a simple designation to tell you where the line should be. Now, you can look at these ropes and say, that's not going to stop me. I can get over that, I can get under that, but you're not supposed to, and we all know this. Now, if we're in a line and we see somebody jumping the rope ahead of us to cut in line, well, we're going to make quick opinions about that person. We might even say something to them. The majority may not accept the cut and force this person out of the line and to the back. That's a normal part of society. It's disrespectful, and we collectively won't allow this. There are people who want to cut. There are people who want to jump that line, but they know everyone around them is going to lay into them if they get caught. So for fear of being the target of an upset herd, they respect the etiquette. But on the road, those same losers, those same selfish fanny packs of feces, know that they don't have to deal with a person face to face, and they're a little bit more bold with their disrespect. It's pretty cowardly if you ask me. But then you have the individual who goes all the way up to the person at the front of the line and says, "Oh wow, I didn't see that the line was starting way the hell back there, and I couldn't really find a place to sneak in because, everybody was pretty firm about the place that they got in line, and now I find myself here at the front. Silly me, if I keep going, I'm gonna miss the door. Would you mind just letting me in here? Otherwise, getting back into this line is gonna be a real bitch." Now, you all know that none of you would let this fool in line. Plus, everyone behind you would give this person plenty recommendations with what they can go do with themselves. In the final example, as our driver is exiting here and has positioned themselves properly by moving into the exit lane at a point where it was legally allowed, see, once you pass this point and the line becomes solid, in this case double wide and solid, you can no longer legally move over here. Then the restricted area widens as the ramp pulls away from the highway. And we have this driver, who has passed even the idiot staging area. I mean, you're on a different texture of ground, almost in the grass over here, driving over all this debris. You missed it. You missed it a while back, and you clearly don't know what the lines mean. So, to answer the email question submitted by @IKnowWhenNotToPullOut, it would appear that many drivers in SATX do not understand the concept of the lines on the road. And now, of course, to continue with keeping it lighthearted at the end of the videos, I'd like to share this experience that I had downtown. Now, to preface the whole thing, I had several things to do, and I was hoping to get them all within a specific window of time. So there was a slight sense of urgency. And then this happened. See, I was downtown at the intersection of Houston and Bonham and 3rd. It's a funny intersection. But here behind the Alamo, which is on the other side of these trees, and the very haunted Emily Morgan Hotel. As you can see, I'm sitting at a red light. You know what? I think we can just roll with the audio from the dash cam. Here we go. What, you got a sign there? Oh, no, come on. Oh, no, don't block me off, man. Oh, no, there's another one. Come on, green light, let's go. Let's get out of here. Got to go. There we go. What? That was one of the longest red lights I've sat at. You waited for it to turn green. That's just perfect. All right. Okay, cool. There's a truck. Let him go. Clear on out. Get out the way. I can still take my green light. All right. What's he doing? Oh, come on. You are killing me here. I can't believe this. Look how long this green light is too. Just, okay, get in there. Oh, there goes the green. You're joking, right? The exact amount of time the light was green is, wow. If I didn't have bad luck, I have no luck at all. Come on with this light. Again, there's nobody even coming the opposite direction. What a waste of a light. I've been sitting here wasting my day. This is just nuts. I'm glad I got this on camera. No one's gonna believe this. Come on, green light. Oh, fine. Oh, wow. Somebody comes when it turns red for them. That's just how this light works, I guess. Get out of here, sir. Take that sign somewhere else.